Okay, so we're looking at a quantitative multi-choice from 2006. This one was interesting in that it wasn't hard to do once you worked out the pattern, and this is one where you could spend a little bit more time understanding where the numbers are going rather than guessing before you actually start getting into it. So what I want you to do is before you start reading, before you start doing the questions, I just want you to read the headings and then pause and then come back and we'll see if we both agree that you've picked up the important things. Okay, so what you needed to have understood is that this was just recording number of wins. Okay, these things aren't down the side. These are not coming first, second or third. This is their team name. Again, another thing that might have confused you is these numbers here. Okay, they're talking about different year levels, 1, 2 and 3. So it's like having a year 7 team, a year 8 team and a year 9 team. And these names here are the house names, like Panola and Balgo. So what they're saying is, they're talking about in italics, it's called the level system. Okay, so these numbers here, they're the level system. And then this other system in bold is called the mini school. Okay, so they're not telling you how they're produced, and that's part of the question. Okay. So for instance, you've got Perry's year 7 team, then you've got, so Perry's year 7 team 4, Perry's year 8 team 3, Perry's year 9 team 6. Okay, so that's in their first teams. So what I want you to do now is pause and then have a go at the first question, question 46. We're looking for the entries at X, Y, Z down here. But you need to understand where the numbers are going. Okay, so pause and when you're ready, come back. Okay, so hopefully you've picked up the pattern. See what's happening. So again, the correct answer is answer C. Okay, 741. So let's just see what's happening. So let's going back up to this first example. 4, 3, 6. There's the numbers there. Okay, looking at the next one. 7, 1, 5. Are those numbers. So what's happening is just moving them along. And the last one's 9, 2, 4. 9, 2, 4. So we're looking at the numbers here. And so the numbers were 7, 4, 1. Okay. So hopefully, even if you didn't get that right, you'll have seen what the pattern is, and then you might be able to go with the next question. So let's have a look at the next question. Okay, so I've just copied the table across, and we're looking at the mini school system, which is these bolded numbers. Okay, that's the mini school system. Okay. So those numbers. So what I want you to do is work out what you think the answer is for question 47 and come back when you're ready. Okay, you might be back. So the answer is A. So the wide columns. Okay, the wide columns are mini schools. So straight away C and D are not right. So we're just looking at what it could be. So mini schools in wide columns, mini school in wide columns. Okay, the next one is the year levels. Okay, year levels. So we can't distinguish. And then what we're looking at is it teams in rows. Yes, it's the teams in the rows. So it has to be the A. Okay, so we try to eliminate those two bad answers straight away, and then we just had to work our way through it. Okay, come across when you're ready. Okay, so copy the table again, and what we're looking at is how many wins were there for all first teams? Okay, so pause and when you're ready, come back. Okay, so you should be back, and the answer is A. Okay, these are all the wins for the firsts, but these are also all the wins for the first, and both totals equal 41. Okay. Let's move across to the next page. So I'll copy the table again, and what we're looking at is what does that number there represent. So I'm going to pause, or you can pause, and when you're ready, come back live. Okay, so this one here, the answer is C. Okay, So it's definitely a seconds team, which means that D's knocked off straight away. Okay. And the bold is for Qua, which was that was the only one. So those guys were knocked out because these were different schools. Okay, so Qua, bold, and that was the answer. Okay, let's move across when you're ready. Okay, copy the table across again, and what we're trying to look at is which entries will not be the same in the same location. So, for instance, let's see. I'll give you a clue. For instance, if I'm looking at the left sub-column of the left wide column, so the sub-column, okay, that's a column of the left wide column. Those numbers are the same. So that answer is okay because it's still the same. So what you need to do is work out what entry is not the same, and when you're ready, come back live. Okay, so we're back. So we've got, let's just go through the choices. The right sub-column of the right, which is that position there. So right sub-column of the right wide. So this is the right wide, right sub-column. Those numbers are the same. So it's not that answer, not that answer. Okay, the middle sub-column of the center wide, which is those. So those numbers are still the same. So it has to be D is the right answer. Okay, the left sub-column of the right. So the left sub-column of the right wide, those numbers are not the same. Okay, come across when you're ready. Okay, so which entries are missing at that position? So again, if you've been following the patterns, you should be able to work it out. So what I suggest you do is you look at that answer and work out where the numbers are coming from. Okay, and I want you to pause and come back when you're ready. Okay, so the answer is A. Okay, so these numbers were coming from that position, that position, that position, reversed. Okay, and I think that's the last one. Yep, so hopefully you got something out of it. It wasn't an easy block, but if you didn't understand at the start, it does make it a very difficult block. Okay, thanks, bye.